Hey there, Internet, how's it going? Naruto chapter 669. Guess what? The 8 gates. We finally get to see what is going on in this episode, and honestly, with no honest surprise, we pretty much kind of knew what was going to happen this chapter, and guess what? Apparently, Guy Man is using his Super Saiyan powers to beat the living shit out of Madara, and because Madara doesn't know how to block. Kind of reminds me. It almost reminds me of a fighting game in which that I play like a video game with my cousins, and then they call me a cheater because I know how to block. It's kind of like that in the sense that Guy's doing all of this damage to Madara, which honestly, ever since he got hit with the divorce claw by Obito. He's kind of been getting his ass beat a lot. Did anybody else notice that? Because when he first came in, he basically was like the most powerful bastard upon the planet. Basically kind of just saying like, oh yeah, man, I got the biggest dick, of course. And then after that, it's like once he got the he basically became the Sage 6 pass, essentially. It's like he's been getting flaccid, and it's like, hey man, you really don't really give a fuck anymore, do you? Because at this point, it's like Guy is just wrecking his shit and pushing his shit in, and it's like, oh yeah, man, I can't do anything to stop him. Even this black barrier I make doesn't do anything. It's actually rather strange because he knows that Guy can. Or at least, I would assume that pretty much he knows how the 8 gates works and how he could bounce around the area. I don't know why he just made up a regular barrier to stop Guy's his Dragon Ball Z charge, whatever. But going on from that, though, yes, this episode, I really wasn't all that hype when I read this because it's just like how Gaara kind of basically just came out and said it was like, it's just like how when he fought, when Rock Lee fought Gaara and he did the 8 gates then. And I had a very big flashback about that because as per how this episode went, it was almost the exact same thing, with a powerful person at that time who was honestly seen as the strongest there. And he did have a lot of defense and all this other shit and was hit with the 8 gates. And pretty much it did honestly do him some type of damage, but it really didn't knock him out, which is strange to me because out of all this damage that he's doing on Madara, it's not doing anything to him. I mean, it's slowing him down a little bit, but at the very least, it's not stopping his combat ability. Aside from that one moment when he made him flinch, but aside from that though. It was actually kind of nice to actually see Guy come up and do his own thing. The plan with Minato, Rock Lee, Gaara, and Kakashi, it did honestly seem a bit like it didn't really matter in a sense. It's like it was nice that they did it because if they didn't, Guy probably would have been in serious fucking trouble. But with what they did though, it was just like when he's about to attack, throw my Rock Lee through the kunai and everything and ate it. You all saw it. And honestly, it's like I get the build up, but it was just a block. That's pretty much all it was. Just so Guy can just go ham and just punch a big ass hole in Madara's back and fuck him up and make him spit out blood and have him say that he does kind of remind that he hasn't been excited since he fought Hashirama, which is actually pretty strange to me because when you honestly think about it, it's like Guy probably doesn't have all that long. Most likely, or at least I assume that it's only been about it's been less than 30 seconds. So with that, it's like this shit only lasts possibly a minute or two. So really, for him to kind of survive the evening elephant, which honestly does look like just a whole bunch of punches, and then Rock Lee, then again Rock Lee's attack from the original Naruto series, in which he can only do the 6th gate. Go figure. It looks a lot like that. However, it is a good thing that he did do a lot of damage on that. And hey, I did honestly kind of call it. They wasn't going to announce Naruto waking up until at the end of the chapter, because something like that it really is cliffhanger material, and it isn't something in which that you see in the middle. However, I will be honest though, it's almost like it's almost like somebody, man, just slapped him the fuck up. It's like, hey, wake your punk ass up, and you just jump the fuck up. Or most likely, man, hey, something else is going on. Hey, man, possibly he did kind of have a sexual moment there, because, hey, before they showed that part, it was a drop of water. You see that shit? It's foreshadowing. He got that dick wet. That's what the fuck happened. Sorry. But honestly, though, this chapter, it was fun. It was cool. And, hey, maybe he did have a sexual moment there with Sakura after, man. That probably might be the reason which was taking Obito's ass so long, was possibly because, man, what's name them and they're getting it on. Who knows? But honestly, honestly, what happened in this episode, it is cool. And I will get into my predictions in a second. But yeah, this chapter was good. I'm going to be talking about the next one in a second. And a guy is the most badass bastard upon the planet. And hey, that evening elephant, which is not midnight elephant anymore, which that most likely he heard the fans, and possibly our next chapter we will get the midnight dragon. So hey, there is always that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. All right. So keep watching. Keep playing video games. I'll catch you in a second. All right. I'm out.